The elementary particles is where we come in at. We grow from elementary out to element, see? Into what we call atoms, into what we call molecules, into what we call a structure, a crystalline formation. And we keep on growing as we accumulate. Without minerals, you wouldn't even have no skin. So if the body needs 102 minerals, or it needs to keep it at 102 minerals, and then you go take sea moss and you getting 108, depending on what you got mixed in it, bladderwrack, or, it could be a soursop, something. But you put something in that sea moss to help the body cells drink, right? And digest and defecate, okay? The cells have to defecate because they've been what you call bitten. When your blood cells get bitten by the vampire, you got bacteria in there having sex with your blood cells. And I'm putting it like that because I want you to know that's what they do. They fornicate with your cells and impregnate your cells. And then you got dirty blood floating around in your body because we're not constantly letting our bodies cleanse itself. The alkalinity keeps the body dumping off toxins at will when you get the body in proper rhythm. You don't even have alkaline discussions anymore. You won't need to because you're going to go, I work out every day. I drink 2 gallons of water a day. I'm always eating green vegetables and I'll have a fruit every now and then. If I eat some protein, it's fish, from salmon, tuna to, maybe something that's kosher for us to eat. And I use the word kosher lightly, so please don't get religious on me, all right? Now, I'm only saying that to say it's simple to keep your alkaline together without taking products. We living in a day and time where if you don't have the intelligence to take care of yourself, a doctor will gladly kill you as a part of their practice. Man. So you better keep your alkalinity up because they're studying why it's so easy for the elder to be beyond 65 and 70 and look 30. They want that. They can't get that unless they tell me and you there's a COVID-19 out there. See? And then out of your fear and ignorance of self, you run right on in there to a wizard in a lab coat with a stethoscope. What is he listening to? Your heart, your breathing. See? Don't they check your breathing first? Then they do x-ray, hit you with the X.
Your blood pressure.
They hit you with the unknown rays. That's what the letter X represents, unknown. So if they're hitting you with some light, they're trying to see through. They got to blast through a barrier. And the only thing that keeps that barrier shut would be lead. But we don't have a lot of lead in our body. We just use lead. So they're not going to say, hey, this is dangerous. They're just doing it. Part of their practice, they're studying your anatomy to find out what's wrong with theirs, not really what's wrong with you. And there's too many of our elders that go in there and fall victim to it. I had too many people going, man, you gonna go get a colonoscopy? I said, for what? You 40 now, you gotta go get it. I said, man, I don't gotta do shit. Now you letting them stick, and no offense to anybody that did, but these are perverted people. There's other ways to check a colon. You don't need to go in my butt. Okay? This is where the sickness comes in at. We let doctors violate us thinking that's the only way. That's ignorance. They thrive on that ignorance, right? So we keep our mineral intake up. You won't have to go in there talking about colonoscopy. You know how to clean your own colon out, and you do it often. You do it monthly. You do it so often that you're your own physician. You can heal your body from anything at that moment. So once again, you can discharge any type of charge they put on you at the hospital with this type of information. With the information that young elders talked about earlier, fourth elder, Dr. Sebi information, it's a whole bunch of healers out there. Now I could go down a list of names and name at least 25, 30 healers. But we're all healers. That's what I'm trying to get at. We're all healers. And the secret is supercharge yourself electrically. You burn off the toxins. Why do you think we get feverish? They call it a virus because the soul is cooking and the chemistry of the body has to separate the sickness from the body. So the body got to heat up and then it turns into sweat. So the body is chemically processing whatever this virus is right out of the body. It's pushing it right out. Now go think about that when you watch a werewolf movie. You see a dude shoot one and then he just squeezes the bullet out of his body. And you just be like, man, that dude just spit a bullet out. They know how the body operates. So they tease you with things that they know you want to do, but you really don't understand where it even starts. It starts with the body having a natural alkaline rhythm. You'll be able to just throw whatever it is that don't belong out, and you'll heal a whole lot faster. And breathing is a major part of that. Because if you got a fever and you ain't breathing, you're going to sweat anyway. But if you're breathing, you start pushing that stuff out a whole lot faster.
Hey, fever is a symptom just about for every disease. So it's a fact. Go ahead.
That's right. That's like baptism by fire. You get that fever. What they say when they turn it a fever into something seductive, it's a song called You Give Me Fever, right? When women talk about it, right? We use it in a seductive manner. So you know fever is something that you look at as something good. It's not something bad. You want to take it and make it mean something bad? Then do it that way. Make it seductive and not make it healing. But fevers are for healing. The body has to vent in order to get anything that's inside the body out. One of the main ways is throw up. Puke, regurgitation, right? You throw it up first, and then immediately when you throw up, you say, I feel so much better. You be in the toilet, be your best friend then. Won't even clean that mug, but you laying next to it when you gotta throw up something that don't belong. That's part of your healing powers. Throw up. My aunt used to tease me all the time at the dinner table when I was younger. She said, slow down, Moni, you gonna bust. And I used to be like, bust? I ain't seen a person bust yet. Eat. Have y'all seen anybody bust eat? I mean, just bust. And I was like, this is when I learned black people, Nubians, we have a knack for over-exaggerating. I used to be worried about busting when I was 10 years old. I gotta slow down. I'm about to top out. No, man, what really happens is you'll puke, you'll throw up, you'll start regurgitating food. You can't keep eating. The body's not designed where you can just overflow it, override its natural systems that go against your ignorant brain. The natural systems go, whoa, hold up, buddy. We didn't have enough. And you going, more gravy, please. Gravy, gravy. You think you could just keep eating. And then you top out. Now you leaning back and you got to unbuckle your belt buckle at the dinner table and be all disgusting and nasty. You know your ass should have slowed down. And then we're forgiving on that day. So gluttony has become a part of what you call a fad or a way of life in this place we live in order to cause extra sickness, in order to bring you right on into the hospital. A lot of people died of gluttony. Cancer, gluttony. Diabetes, gluttony. A lot of this stuff is gluttony. You might think it's gluttony over all food. It be gluttonies on one thing. Most people that become diabetics are gluttons what? On sugar. So your body don't produce no more sugar. When your body say fuck it, that means you getting it from an outside external source. You always getting it from an external source, and you're never letting the body put the sugar in the body. See? You just override it with gluttony. And then when you become the diabetic, then you got to try to reverse the effects. And it hurts. It's very painful. It's not something that feels good. You got dizzy spells. People be passing out and shit with diabetes. And it's something that we say is hereditary. The only thing that's hereditary is what we're eating as a whole family unit. And once that starts to change, like we all learned, then everything else, you start to heal yourself. Dr. Sebi said he healed his diabetes in 60 days, drinking herbs. See, herbs that what? Clean out the organs, detoxify the organs. That's where you got to start. You detoxify your organs, going into the endocrine system, you're going into your lungs. You want everything cured or healed. And you want to continue fasting until the effects of what it is that you think diabetes is gone. Dr. Sebi was impotent and he was going blind, see, and cured himself and became an international hero to people that find it very hard to be that disciplined. He had no choice, but he wasn't going to let nobody to keep telling him he was on his deathbed if he knows he's the last say-all on when he dies. And as you can see, how they got him was in a Honduras jail cell. So you already know they compromised his immune system. In order to do that, it's his body might have been what? Too alkaline. See, if it's too alkaline, then guess what? It becomes toxic to himself. You got to balance things out. Your body is not meant to be totally electric. You have a spirit for that.
Thanks.
When you get out of the body, your spirit is the electrical body that houses the soul, which is the emotional you, or your emotions that you collected and carried. The emotional conscious gases bottled up in a spiritual form. So keep your exercise up. Tell people this all the time. Exercise is exorcism. You can keep the demons out of you as long as you exercise. Demons is toxins, demons is bacteria, demons is fungus, demons is disease, viruses, anything that you could think of as a microorganism that compromises the system and causes you to act other than your own self. You become the parasite. See, if the parasite is driving the body, the parasite will have you foaming at the mouth, bloodshot red eyes, biting people, all kinds of stuff, because they override the natural system of the brain, and now they're tapped in and they're controlling the starship. So we have to make sure we get rid of them. That's an invasion that happened a long time ago. Plus, not to mention the invasion of mixing DNA with toxic DNA. Babies are born with diseases, birth defects, deformities, and then they cry about it, and then want to hold your baby up to God and say, Jesus, do something to fix this, when you should have been educated on blood types. See, it ain't never nobody's fault but ours. Everybody makes a conscious decision in life, and then their life turns in a certain direction, and it's nobody's fault but yours. Nobody. So when we get sick, there's pain coming our way that we already predetermined to accept. We know we're gonna get sick, we keep doing it. So why keep doing it? You can turn right, you telling yourself every day, I could turn back now if I wanted to. Well, why don't you? Don't wait until your family is holding your hand on your deathbed and they all got your, and they're like, Granddad, you don't want them to do that. You want Granddad to be healthy so he can see his great grandbabies and his great grandbabies and some his great grandbaby. We can live that long. It's not a lot of people that got genetics where they can live that long as you can take care of yourself. So the minute your great grandbabies come in, you stayed alive long enough to see some people that passed come right back. That's the beauty of it. Then you'll be able to look at the babies and go, oh, I know who this is, because you've been around long enough. But can you do that if you let the doctor take you out the game? Absolutely not. And he's going to get paid a high dollar to take you out too. It's like professional hitman stuff. You know, hitman to take you out for 100,000. Doctor take you out for 100,000. Same shit. Same shit. You go in there talk about some, doc, I got this pain, and he go, all right, let me do a run of x-ray. money for the x-ray, money for him to touch you, money for him to prescribe you something, and then by the time you get the bill, you going, damn, $5,000? I went in there and had to pay this nigga $5,000 just for him to tell me what was wrong with me. $5,000, he didn't fix shit. $5,000, bro. Now you tell me if they really want to heal you. No, they don't. They dope dealers. And they hitman too, you know, and they under oath to be able to help anybody without you having to pay. But do they keep that oath? No. Money is never supposed to stand in the way of them healing somebody when something is wrong with it. But they use it now because people's ignorance that we don't ever fight against it. We don't ever go in there and remind them of their oath. We just walk out pissed off. See what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff that's got to stop nowadays. The hospital's getting ready to go out of business. Not only the hospital gonna go out of business, the school system's going out of business. This is what people don't understand. Past 2043, y'all not gonna see all this old bullshit no more standing around. This stuff is gonna be tumbleweeds in the street, because ain't nobody gonna be going to work no more. They're gonna be tired of it. You see? Go ahead, Metatron L.
No, man, I just want to say, they know who you are. They know the prophecies. They know that there was gonna be a certain group that are born at this time, and that's the ones who are like physically and metaphysically invincible almost. Even I heard that brother Bobby Hemmings spoke on it. There was a man over in South Africa, I think it was, named Simon Toko, Toko. This man, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this man.
He's from the Congolese. Yeah. Simeon Toko and Simon Kimbangu, two brothers in the Congo. Man. I know about them. They're from the family.
Yes. So he prophesied that there were going to be a group of divine beings born in these last days just like him. You can't kill them. I call them quantum gods from the star Sirius. And I'm one of them. You see, because they know too, because there's a saying that goes, the devil was ordered by God to tell the truth, but he wasn't ordered by God on how to tell it. So the devil tell it through movies. For example, Will Smith starring that blockbuster Hancock. Hancock was by Heru, the so-called black man of America who lost, dumb, blind, got all this power, but don't know who he is. Remember, he had the hawk always following him everywhere he go. And what happened was when he got with that Caucasian girl, that caused his demise, the same demise that brought down the Moors. They know who you are. They know the gods are being born. They know, man. They know the primordial beings are coming back, yo. They know this, so they're in a rush right now, but implementing all their with mandates and all that. Because, see, they play off the cosmos. Because, see, COVID has a gematria of the number 8. The number 8 is governed by Saturn, the great equalizer, the great teacher. So they play off all the cosmos of our ancestors, the knowledge, cosmology, but we so stuck in religion till we don't get it, man. We don't see it. So if God tried to judge the devil, punish him, he said, no, God, I told your people the truth through the movies. They just weren't paying attention. Third eye open, man. I yield.
They know who we are, man. They know exactly who we are. They knew we was coming, and they knew what we was going to do with the information. It never had been made so clear, the direction that we need to be headed, alkalinity. Like I said, we stop buying the acid, they'll stop making it. How do you fight the craving? You don't buy the shit. Bible said a while back, like I said, that you got this halo over your head, that when it turn red, these demons get over you and can incorporate to your brain waves. But really, those demons are really bacteria and viruses. And so when you lower your frequency from the green, the neutral, which is on the alkalinity scale, to a red frequency, these demons can jump on you. These bacteria and viruses, then that's what they really are. They're not some monkey with a sharp teeth and he's red and he's chasing you around and charming. If you take that image and shrink it down to the microcosmic, right? A bacteria look like a monster on the microcosmic. If you take them and put them under a microscope, you would say, oh, that's ugly, or that's creepy looking, or it make your flesh crawl when you look at these small insects on a microcosmic level. Some of them be having 8, 9 eyes, 25 legs, but they live on a micro level. And these beings, like I say, live inside you and they're attached to your neural cortex, to your nervous system, and they'll say, buy that Snickers, buy them Oreos, buy that ice cream, because you're going to eat that later tonight, in the middle of the night, when you start craving. It's going to be us asking for sugar, just like the dude on Man in Black when he came, that roach, they was telling you something, that was a subliminal message. That roach took the dude's body, the parasite got in his body, the roach, then he walked in the house and said, give me some sugar water. Lots more sugar, telling you something right there on a microcosmic level. So these beings, they real ugly, man. I'm telling you. I had a chance to look at some of these different creatures on a microcosmic level. They make you itch, make your flesh crawl when you look at these joints, man. And it could be called demons. If I take and blow that up and draw a picture, and I can say that's a demon. This bacteria. If I blow it up and show you what it looked like, you would look like some kind of creature, right? Some kind of crazy creature. And so that's what it is, man. Like they show you on a vampire movie. The vampire can't even come in your house unless you tell them they can come in. So we invite these beings in by what we eat.
That from the time you land on the planet, your starship is contaminated. So you just grow up with an extraterrestrial being inside you, sitting in the intestines, living with you for that long, unbeknown to you, because the family diet was eating chitlins and pot roast. You got plenty of baked goods, donuts, cakes, pies, all that stuff. And now you got these worms in you and you don't know why you got a pot belly at a certain age. You don't know why you got illnesses and diseases, rashes and stuff showing up later on in your life. It's because they're causing the body to decay a whole lot faster than it would if it wasn't corroded. They're causing the corrosion because they're siphoning off the body's electricity to keep their cells running, and then they turn the electricity that you have into acid. So they're literally terraforming the starship to make it more suitable for what? More worms, more parasites. Now let's take this and talk about worms and parasites in connection with the European worms and parasites. As soon as they come over here and establish the 13 colonies, of course, we had something to do with helping them. So Moors are not exempt from the problem, okay? We helped these motherfuckers. The bad ones anyway. I don't lay claim to helping them entirely myself. I don't ever want to be known for that, but hey, it is what it is. We let them over here. Where do parasites usually lodge at? In the colon. What do they call it when they take over territory? Colonizing. So these people let you know right in your face who they are. They live like parasites. They behave like parasites. They have a, what you call, emotional system like parasites.
Roll back, family.
Roll back, big bro.
Yeah. What you have is hydrogen. The cell's not getting enough hydrogen. It is correct, sodium will draw the water out, but you must realize that cellular penetration of nutrients, cellular penetration of the proper fluids, made up of cells in our body. So cells must be fed. Hydrogen, it comes from the sun, right? Your mineral makeup, your herbal makeup, your water makeup, and the rays that the sun gives to human beings is in the form of a certain hydrogen. So what happens to the human body is that from a cellular position, the cells begin to decay because of oxidation. Oxidation is no more than rust on the cells. That's my definition of it, where your cells begin to rust out or your cells begin to die out. And the reason is because you don't get the proper balance, the mineral, the herbal, the air, the water, that balance leaves. So you get an oxidation in your cells. When the cells begins to oxidate, that particular organ, part of the body, from a cell standpoint, the cells start to die, and they call it cancer. The next level to that would be arthritis, the different levels of arthritis. All that is cellular decay, cellular breakdown. So basically, the key to longevity and the key to living is about cellular rejuvenation. And everything that you said affects cellular rejuvenation, right? My people shall perish for lack of knowledge, going back to the religious stuff. So when you don't have the proper knowledge of how to replenish your body from a cellular perspective, then you will fade out, you will die. That's the plan. The plan is to make the masses ignorant first, to ignore who you are and what you need to feed into to continue to go.